Here's a voicemail from Mary, Christina, and Nicole, who live in Massachusetts. Go ahead.
We're coming to Nashville! We hope to see you at the Opry House Tuesday night. We're going to be in section 30, seats 3, 4, and 5 at the very tippity top. But we are very excited. We'll see you there.
See you there. I'm playing the Opry tonight. The tippity top I can't really see. It's way up.
It's dark, too.
It's exciting, though. It's way up there, but I'll be kind of looking for you.
I love how excited they are.
Well, they called back a little later and left this voicemail.
We're currently stranded in Massachusetts due to the weather. This is our second cancellation. We've had some issues. Anyways, we should be on our way to see you and land around 5 p.m. tomorrow to see you tomorrow night at the Grand Ole Opry. So, wish us luck.
Wow. 5.
Which is tonight.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be tight.
Do we have their number?
Yeah, I have the number, yeah.
Maybe we should check in with them in a little bit.
All right, we'll get on.
That stinks.
Yeah.
You're going on a trip and it keeps getting canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope it's not just to see me because it's,
I think so.
I mean, it's going to be, the Opry's awesome, but there's so much pressure. Yeah, playing the Opry tonight. If you guys want to get tickets or you want to watch online, Opry.com. Would love for you too. Let's go over now and do the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
A Kentucky man has filed a lawsuit against Netflix after his photo was used in a true crime documentary. So remember the one, Kai, the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always see it on there.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
No.
It's really good, really crazy. Nuts. You go through all the range, right? Did you watch it?
No, I haven't
Oh,
seen it.
Yeah, like you watched it. It's the best thing ever.
No.
You told us it is.
The video
I
comes
watched
on. Like once you like hover over it, it starts playing a little bit. I'm like, that sounds interesting.
He's like, what, bro? I was surfing in Dogtown.
Yeah, and I saved his life.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was just enthralled. And so this guy, Taylor Hazelwood, 27 years old, respiratory therapist, had never even heard of the documentary until his friends started reaching out because there was a photo in it of him holding a hatchet on the show. Hazelwood had forgotten about the photo that he posted on Instagram 4 years ago? But now he's got to answer all these questions. Why was this photo used in a documentary about a convicted murderer? Hazelwood is angry at Netflix that they would put him up there and connect it and not ask him. He's seeking $1 million in damage from Netflix.
Wow.
I get it.
Kai, the hatchet-wielding hitchhiker, has also filed a lawsuit against Netflix over the show. He's seeking $1.3 million for ruthlessly exploiting a hero's life story for money. That whole story's from the Washington Post. I'm telling you, go to Netflix right now. Hey, turn the show off. I don't care. Don't do that. Don't do that. We got bills to pay. It's real good. And it's so recent, as in it's not a documentary from 30 years ago. And it just goes all these places you don't think it's going to go, and then it goes where you do think it's going to go, but it reverses in. It's crazy, man.
But when did this happen?
I don't know.
Because the video looks grainy.
4 or 5 years. Maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
I think it's grainy probably because it was shot on not a
Camcorder?
phone or not a good phone. It's a 91% positive in one of them and 40 in the other, so I guess people don't even know. I don't know what year it was. Mike, you can yell that out if you find it. But it's good.
Is it like a series or just a movie?
It's one. 2013, 10 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy, man. Next up, a pizza delivery man trips a suspect that was on the run from police. I saw this on TikTok before I saw that it was a news story. And on the camera, you see a guy with a pizza at the door. And he's like, yeah, got your pizza? And then all of a sudden you hear, and the woman goes, there's a high-speed chase. And he's like, what, a high-speed chase? So they're looking for the car because they can hear it. And all of a sudden, it's a cul-de-sac that he's delivering the pizza in. So that a high-speed chase comes flying through the cul-de-sac, but he can't get out because it stops there. It's a circle. And the pizza guy's like, don't hit my car. Don't hit my car. Don't hit my car. And so he's walking towards the bad guy that's running from the cops. You see the cops fly in. The bad guy then gets out of his car and takes off running. The pizza guy's like, screw this. Sticks his leg out like a cartoon.
That's awesome.
The guy that's running trips and falls, and the cop is right on top of him. And then he walks back up and delivers the pizza. It's so legit.
That's amazing.
That's really funny.
And it's all on a ring cam or whatever the brand of camera it is. But it is for sure something you don't think happens because nobody just sticks their leg out and trips a robber. But sure enough, he was just delivering the pizza and he just didn't want the guy to hit his car. And then he walked up to be like, do not hit my car. Like he was going to fight the guy. And then he comes sprinting by. Whoop! Down he goes. Hilarious. Next up, the TikTok trickster, 54 years old. He's wanted in 5 states. Finally been arrested in Kentucky. He is suspected to have swindled money and cars from 5 women after swooning them on social media. But he was busted by his vain golfing tournament pictures. According to Nextstar's WKRG in Mobile, Alabama, local police identified the man as 54-year-old Brenton Fillers. This was after a Alabama woman said, well, I was tricked by a trickster. His name to her was Jason Mitchell, because you got to have a different name, obviously. If you're doing all this tricking, yeah.
Hopefully.
Police later determined that was the guy they were looking for, so they started tracking him. And her story is she met him on TikTok, which is crazy because I don't really feel like TikTok's where you're trying to meet people. I guess you can post in the I don't know. TikTok
Maybe this
doesn't feel like where I connect really with people at all.
But if you're in your 50s, maybe.
I feel like in your 50s you wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
You wouldn't even be on
exactly.
it.
What is TikTok?
So
Maybe
they
they
spent
think
several
TikTok
days
is-
hanging out together. He offered to house sit for her. She agreed. He stole her car.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's another story from all these different states. He's been charged with aggravated sexual assault, theft of property in Alabama, fraudulently using a credit card in Arkansas, theft of a motor vehicle in Tennessee. Authorities say he may face additional charges in Kentucky.
Oh, gosh.
That feels like Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, man. I stole some money in Alabama, felony charge in Arkansas.
Bad dude.
MSN. Yeah, and he's holding golf trophies. It must be a pretty good golfer, though.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, you know. This dude, you know you're going to get caught doing that crap, right? Just
Eventually.
eventually. Are some people just born funny? That's the question. The answer is nah, not really. Research found that nobody is born hilarious or the class clown or witty. Studies have found that a person's sense of humor is influenced more by environmental experiences than genetics. They claim a sense of humor is learned through encounters, through schooling, through media influence, and through the people you surround yourself with. This is from Kids Who Laugh, a book by Louis R. Franzini. I would say I developed my sense of humor because I just didn't want to get beat up. That was literally it. I did not grow really until like late 11th grade or 12th grade, and I would get pounded because I was smaller and I was poorer. And so what do? Well, you got to make jokes. Mostly you make jokes about yourself so they can't make them.
Oh. Beat him
It's
to
like,
the punch.
what's
Do
8
it.
Mile? It's the final scene in 8 Mile
Yeah.
where it's like, yeah, that's me. I do this. I do that. And so you just kind of have to learn to be, I'd had to learn to be funny for that reason. Now, that being said, my wife is funnier than I am. She's so funny, but she never got really picked on for that. Her parents are super funny. Like her mom, whew, maybe one of the funniest people I ever met. And so she just had it around her all the time. Like it was like a competition to be funny. Different reasons. I got beat up. She got too much love.
But still, both of y'all are funny.
Both environmental.
Oh man,
yeah.
she still makes me laugh out loud. I don't make her laugh out loud anymore. I think she knows where I'm going with every joke.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes she still hits me with stuff. Like I still LOL at texts. How come I'm not funny to her? She's still funny to me.
I don't know how that works.
Sucks.
Weird, man.
Yeah.
You don't know if when you're texting her, she doesn't let out a laugh.
Oh, I do.
You're
Don't
just not
worry.
there.
Yeah, I do know that. Do you suffer from the Sunday scaries? It refers to a sense of anxiety or dread that sets in on Sundays as you get ready for the week ahead.
Yes.
'Cause you don't want to go to work on Monday. Psychologists say it's typical for people who work more than 40 hours a week. Okay, this is not you.
No, but I have.
Or
the
that have a
Sunday-
pretty heavy workload. That's also not you.
But I have the Sunday scaries. I have trepidation coming back to work. I'm
Nice
like,
word.
man.
Where'd you learn that word?
Trepidation.
I read it in a news story.
Yeah, nice. What's the
News
story?
story.
It's a news story.
News
He rocks out
story.
trepidation but can't say story.
That's his accent.
None of us can talk well, but
Oh
it was
my
just
God.
that
I'm just
funny
telling you,
incident.
man.
Yeah.
On Sundays, you get that feeling in your chest. You're like, oh, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Do you get it? I don't.
No, are you kidding? I'm ready to get back and get started again. Like, what can we accomplish? Let's go. Monday, we're fired out of a cannon.
Oh, that's cool.
Eddie, you
I
don't have
love
the
it.
scaries?
Oh, I get the scaries.
Thank
for sure.
you.
100%.
I have nightmares.
It's not work related, though. It's just the
do you
grind of the
mean?
weekday.
Yeah, because like kids in school.
Yeah, it's
and
just
like,
the grind.
I see that part.
I'm
but
ready. Let's go. New
it's
week.
fine.
More back to the schedule.
I'm kind of ready for kids
The
to
regimen.
be
Oh, man.
somewhere for 8 hours.
An
Me
effective
too.
way to deal with the Sunday scaries is list 5 things you're looking forward to in the coming week, like meeting a friend for lunch or finishing a challenging project. That is from Stylist Magazine. Finally, an octopus almost strangles a diver trying to take a picture of it.
Oh,
Whoa.
This sure feels like a Looney Tune, doesn't it? Taking a picture. So, footage has been released of a diver practically strangled by an octopus. It's awesome and super scary. The ordeal happened to a guy named Stuart who is constantly diving in these Canadian waters because he's always documenting these animals. And here he goes. He's face to face and then face to tentacles with an octopus. This is from the Daily Mail. The video shows the octopus swimming close to him first. And I think he's like, oh, am I going to get a good shot from this? Wow, I can't believe it's so. And then tentacles around the camera, around the body, around his neck.
How do you get out of that?
So they say that the octopus got bored.
Oh, and just let him go?
Oh, thank goodness.
So they kind of just were like, wow, we're being released here.
Is there a chance octopus was giving him a hug?
It's possible.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe they hug harder than we do.
I love you, man.
Come here, buddy. You're always here. He's drunk. The octopus have had a little too much to drink. Come here.
I still have not seen that octopus.
Oh, my octopus teacher.
It's
That
good.
one's good.
I know.
I don't think you'll eat octopus after that.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
Well,
I never ate before that.
At a lot of restaurants, they'll be like, would you like octopus? No way.
Yeah.
Like in the appetizer part? No, I'll still do the other one.
squid.
Calamari?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
different. That's
Hey,
different.
let it rip. That octopus, those things are, and not like a dolphin, but they're smart like us. Like us. Not like us and a dolphin or us and a dog. They are way smarter. You will watch this and you'll feel like you're eating your cousin.
That's crazy.
Also, you think this dude's going to have sex with an octopus?
Oh,
during
for
this?
sure. Multiple times.
Because they play
Yeah.
music to lead you to think that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of a sudden he licks his lips. And you're like, what's about to happen?
And
And
then-
they
and
zoom
the
in on
video
both their
cuts off.
faces.
Yes.
You're lying.
It does feel the lick. Yes, the music and the lipping. That's something we call improv. But
She
Okay.
fell for it, though. It's good.
But it does feel weird. My wife watched it and she was like, okay, but they're not addressing the thing we really want to know. I'm like, what? She goes, this dude's wife is letting him swim every day for like 9 hours with an octopus he's obsessed with. Like, how is she still part? And it shows her. And she's like, yeah, it's kind of a little bit weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, my wife wouldn't let me do that.
It's called My Octopus Teacher. That's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
Thank you. We're going to come back. I'm going to read you a text, Amy, that I sent that I got a little grief for.
Sent to who?
I'll tell you in a minute. It's somebody you'll probably know of. You don't know, but I was nervous to text them, and I text them, and I got a little grief for it.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. Also, safety tips for a first date. This segment's for Amy.
Ooh.
Got to make sure she's safe when she decides to go back to
Yeah.
date.
Okay.
What? Number one, keep a holster with 2 guns.
That's it.
I have a concealed carry license, but from the state of North Carolina. So if
But
I
you don't need one here. That's the crazy thing about
But-
this
Yeah, you can
state.
just
I know,
carry
and
You
one.
can just
they-
walk around and be like, draw.
right,
It's like Yosemite Sam everywhere you go here. It's crazy.
yeah, the training I had to do in North Carolina, you should have to do that.
All right, back in a second. We had a story in the news a minute ago about a guy who was on TikTok and he's meeting people and swindling them. He stole a car from one woman, had a fake name, went to another state, like stole a credit card or something. I mean, he was just up to no good. And he was dating all of them, and they'd fall in love with them, and he'd just take stuff, then he'd peace out. Amy, we can't do this. You can't get swindled.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I know
Easy
you're back, you're new
target.
into the game.
And you get scammed all the time.
Yes, you get scammed by like text. Imagine like some good-looking hunk of guy that comes
Oh,
in
no.
Okay.
trying to swindle you.
Okay. Well, I'm not back in the game, but yeah.
Well, kinda. I mean, you're about to be.
Okay.
You have to date at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
toes got to get in that water.
Right, and we just don't want you to get swindled.
Okay. So what's the point of this story?
Well, the point of the story is we want to give you tips, like safety tips.
Okay.
Okay? Got
Okay.
a couple of them here. Oh, I got a caller, though, too. That's a good one. You want to
have
hear
to
the caller first?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let me go to Janet in Oklahoma because this is about her dating somebody.
Uh-oh.
Janet, but the guy wasn't who he said he was.
Good morning, studio.
Morning.
Oh, yes. Mr. Dave from England, the suave, charming English accent, talented singer, guitarist, swept me off my feet through a dating site. And then another girl had noticed on Facebook that we were friends and dating, and a friend of her was dating him also. So she sent me a message through Facebook Messenger. It's like, hey, can we talk? I see you're dating Dave. Well, he's dating my friend too. So we all got together and found out he's dating multiple women.
Was he
And he also told us he was a federal U.S. Marshal to begin with.
That's what I was going to say. Was he lying to you guys about anything about who he was?
Yes. And so our first date, I make arrangements for him to pick me up at my parents' house in Norman, Oklahoma to feel safe. And he showed us his police badge, police tag. You know, he charmed my parents. We start dating. One of the girls got suspicious when he didn't go home to England for his mom's funeral. They found out that he was here on an expired work visa. And then she reached out to the U.S. Marshals and confirmed that he was not a marshal. And so I had a detective with the U.S. Marshals contact me. I was the main source between the feds and Dave, just tracking his every move. They set up a sting operation and learned that he worked at the airport. The one girl had been to his little cabin shack out in the woods. She said it was kind of scary because he had like 20 or 30 firearms leaned up in the corner of the cabin. And once he heard dogs in the middle of the night, he threw on his robe and he'd go out there with a shotgun. He was like real paranoid. And it was just super scary. And then we found out he started dating a pregnant girl in Tulsa.
What?
We tried to reach out to her to warn her. She's like, y'all are jealous. He loves me. He's going to marry me and take care of this baby.
Can British people be a cop?
That's what I was wondering about.
I mean, I'm sure they can.
That's a great point.
I never had a cop pull me over and be like, I can't even do the impression. Well, you would go on 55. That's Keith Urban. I don't know. I can't do the impression. But I never had like a cop or a U.S. Marshal be British.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
well-
we fell for a hook, line, and sinker bit. They set up a sting operation, and on April 21st, this was like 10 or 12 years ago, the arresting officer, the detective in charge, he called me. He said he did exactly what you said when he was speeding down the highway. When we pulled him over, he tried to badge his way out of the speeding ticket.
Oh, my.
We said, no, we know who you are. We know what you're doing, and you're under arrest. And they said he broke down and started bawling like a baby.
I would have too, yeah.
Oh, where's Dave now, man?
In the big house. Or back to England.
Yeah, did they deport?
Deported.
I just wish he wasn't even British. I wish he was like a guy from Arkansas who was faking the British the whole time. That'd been crazy.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I'd want to get into that story. But see, Amy, that's what you have to worry about.
Great.
Oh, boy.
Since the last time you dated, that was how long ago?
2004 or 5.
Lots changed since then.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like you've been in
Yeah.
prison and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
haven't been able to
Oh,
come
man.
out and see what's happening.
Cars have all changed.
Yeah. You're like, you can talk to somebody on your phone and look at them
Oh, yeah, that
with
didn't
their
happen.
face?
Right.
This is what it's going to be like dating for
I
you.
mean, I guess we had MySpace, but it's different.
Yeah. Let's go around the room. Everybody give Amy one tip of dating advice. But you two knuckleheads.
I mean, it's been years.
No, but I know,
Yeah.
I'm still hip.
I've heard a lot of stories from the girls on the show, so I kind of have an idea.
Okay, well, we'll come to you two then last. Morgan, you're in it right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely go somewhere that you're familiar with for the first date. Like, don't go and try something new that you don't know of. It'll allow you to know your surroundings in case you need a get out plan.
Gosh, this
What in the
sounds-
world?
Wow,
Get
get
out
out
plan.
Hey,
You're
times
gonna
have
have to
changed.
Sprint
Dang,
from the
dude.
restaurant.
I'm serious. This is the thing.
Okay.
Times have changed. Raymundo.
I would say always take an Uber. You just never know how much fun this person's going to be. You always think one drink. Next thing you know, it's 5 drinks. You both are getting sloppy, and you're trying to find a place to go to. You always want to have a DD.
Okay.
I
That's
would
a
have thought
great
an
move.
Uber just so you can
You could
meet them
leave.
there at first.
Yeah.
And they
Oh.
don't know where you live.
What you drive.
More than you just get too drunk on the first date.
Right.
Yeah, and this is about safety, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that is safe. It's safe. You got to
That's
have a
DD, yeah.
designated driver. I thought Ray was spot on.
Abby, you're in the middle of it right now.
Oh boy.
What you got? What's your advice?
You know, it's actually something I learned on the show, and it's to not overshare too much. You know, like they're a stranger. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them anything personal about your life. So just
Well, Abby would sit down. She'd be like, "Nice to meet you. I'm Abby. Here's my whole life.
I
Here's the
love
most
you.
intimate. And here's a couple secrets I've never told anybody."
yeah, it's so unnecessary. Like it works if you just
That's
don't do
good.
that.
How's it going with you, Abby, right now? You got anybody?
It's going pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna overshare right now.
How many dates have you possibly been on with somebody? And this last question I'll ask you.
Oh, quite a few.
More than 5?
Yeah.
Let's go. Thank
No.
you.
Okay.
You can have a seat, Abby.
What's his name?
Now we're done. Moving on. You two knuckleheads. I'll
Yeah.
go to you. Go
You
ahead.
ready?
Eddie, go.
Hey, do your research. I get a lot of ads from these background checks websites. Subscribe, whatever, $10 a month. Go background check these people before you go on the date. Know everything about them, so when you go, you can interrogate them.
Before the
Oh,
first
that
date?
sounds
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know. It
interrogating.
sounds a little intense. Maybe
What do you
after
mean?
the
Oh.
first. Maybe after like the second.
You got to go prepared, knowing what you're getting into.
Yeah, you can search your social media. You can Google them, but I don't know about background checking.
Oh man,
Yeah, it's been a while for you two.
it's
Eddie,
been
huh?
a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Lunchbox?
Amy, private rooms. When you go to restaurants, you need a special room because being a celebrity, people are going to be taking pictures. There's going to be a lot more pressure on your dates because people are going to be taking pictures of you out to dinner. There's going to be spotlight. And no, listeners are going to be like, oh, Amy's on a date, and they're going to send a picture to Bobby on Instagram. So you got to go to private places so not a lot of people see you.
Okay.
I would
That's not
just
an
say
issue.
if you're going out with somebody, you don't know them, make sure your drink is covered or you see it the whole time.
Oh,
yeah,
like a
don't
roofie?
leave it. Yeah, unattended.
Okay, Eddie, you sound 100 years
No,
old.
no.
What
Yes.
do you mean? What do you mean? They don't do
Yes,
that anymore?
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
roofie, man.
The sake of, yes.
I've heard about that.
Somebody drugging your drink. I don't know.
Or
that-
Visine. Oof.
Well, that gives you diarrhea. I don't know why he would want to do that to her.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what you do to get somebody sick.
I don't know. I just heard of these things.
Yeah, Amy,
Yeah.
I'll get you it's called a nightcap drink cover. It's a scrunchie.
I don't know that you got to show up with that. I'm just saying pay attention to you.
It was on Shark Tank, and it's like girls take it to the bar. You wear it as a scrunchie, and then when you're going to the bathroom, you put it over your drink, and boom.
Fake to pay. Even you're like, I want to get half, even though hopefully he doesn't let you, but you fake to pay. And then he's like, oh, I got it. Then you're like, okay, cool. But at least you gave him that gesture.
Okay.
I wouldn't let him pick you up on the first day, whoever it is.
No way.
I wouldn't let him know where you
See, I
live.
currently not really picturing myself dating. Secondly, picturing myself dating someone that I don't know. I feel like, wouldn't it be someone that I know through someone else? Or like, how am I going to not know this
You're not
person?
getting on the apps?
I don't.
Yeah, you got to get on that.
You can't meet the TikTok swindler if you're not on TikTok.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I don't
come on, let's
know.
get at it. Yes, you say that now, but it's like
say it now.
then you
yeah.
know everybody already.
Okay.
Yeah, but then you're at the
I know.
grocery store and you drop watermelon. The guy's like, "Oh, here, let me help you with that." And then all of a sudden, like, "Whoa, hold on, you want to get the coffee?" And then next thing you know,
Weird
getting
faces.
gelato.
Gelato.
Coffee and gelato. What's happening? over here?
Hey, and no kissing on the first date,
I
right?
dropped
Like,
a watermelon.
Eddie just went roofie, kissing on the first
listen,
date.
don't do that because I hear from the girls that's what
Appreciate
a lot
that
of
Little
guys
House on the
want.
Prairie. We're gonna.
You hear
hang
that
out.
from who?
Just girls that guys want that only. You know what I mean? Don't fall for
What
that.
is he talking about?
I don't know. We've never seemed less cool ever.
Eddie,
In this segment
Eddie
right
went
here.
full creep.
What?
So, no, that's not creepy.
No, I'm saying don't do that.
He talks. The girls here are talking
Oh.
about it.
Correct.
You can't paint him to where you're already painted, Lunchbox.
I was trying to get him on my
yeah,
side.
yeah.
No, I'm not on your
All
side.
right,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. So take all that, write it down.
Well, yep. I'm gonna listen back to this.
Write
so
it
I-
down. Yep.
Yep.
Thank you. Back in a second. They say they may cancel Yellowstone because Costner and that Taylor Sheridan just don't get along. They hate each other.
Really?
So the second half of season 5, I guess that's where we are now. I stopped watching it. Wasn't because I wasn't entertained. It was just there were shows I wanted to go back to more. That's mostly how I stopped watching shows now. There's just something I want to go to more than me just being like, I don't like this show anymore. Because if it's the only thing on, it's good. It just got a little too kooky for me.
Who's Taylor Sheridan, the
The
writer?
creator.
Okay.
But he's also in it as well. Like, he's a character in it as well.
The cowboy.
Yeah, rodeo horse
roper.
guy. Yeah. So they say that the second half after 5, probably not going to work because Kevin Costner and Taylor Sheridan can't get along. They say Taylor is the star of his show. He's the most important person on all of his shows. So it sounds like it's just 2 egos.
Oh, wow.
That's showbiz, baby.
Okay. I think Kevin Costner is the
Stop saying his
star.
name, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner is the
No, his
star.
name's Kevin Costner.
Costner.
Stop saying
Costner.
Costner.
That's how I've always said it my whole life.
Kevin Costner. Not
Right?
Cosner.
Chesney.
Wrong with you.
Chesney.
Hey, so this is a little something we were talking about yesterday on my sports show, Amy. It's called 25 Whistles. And so the background is, do you know who Jim Nance is?
Heard of him?
Okay, so he is the announcer for things like the Masters,
Yeah.
Final Four, NFL football. Him and Tony Romo did a deal, you know?
Yeah.
They did the deal. And so we wanted him on the show. And they were just like, well, here's just text him. Here's his cell phone number. Just text him. He'd love to come do something with you. And I'm like, wait, you're just giving me his number? And I waited for like 4 days. 5, no.
No, a long, long time.
Like 2.5 weeks because I wanted the Masters to be all the way over with.
Yeah.
And so for like 4 days, I kept talking about, should I do this? Should I text him? Should I text him? So I text Jim Nance. And I'm going to show you the blue. This is what I sent him. Is that too much blue for a first
lot.
text?
It's a lot, but I see.
He texted
You're
back.
gonna get, the reply looks a little long too. So.
Well, no, because I asked him like 8 questions.
Oh, okay. Well.
I just don't
Wait,
want to come
what
on too strong, so I wanted to ask you how you felt about it.
Well, what emoji do I see from there?
There's an emoji used too. I can just read it to you.
Oh, no. Bones.
What?
What'd you do? Golf emoji?
No, it looks like a smiley face.
With
maybe?
laughter tears.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's
yeah,
fine.
and he's like 60.
Yeah. He probably
He's
uses
not
emojis.
Yeah, he's not too old for emojis. Leave my boy Nance alone.
Okay.
Anyway, I was so intimidated to text him.
Right.
Even though they were like, he just told Bobby to text him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because I'd met him in California, I didn't know what to write. So I wrote this. I was so nervous too. Felt like I was in 8th grade, and there was a 12th grade girl. They were like, just text her. But I didn't have text then.
But if
I
you
know,
did,
but-
that's what it'd be
That's
like.
how it felt then.
It's all hypothetical.
I said, hey, Jim, Bobby Bones here in Nashville. We met at the Pebble Pro-Am. Just wanted to say hello. We have a friend who was looking at houses near where you live in town, and they told him that's where Jim Nance lives. So I now know about where you live, and you live in town. That's cool.
Oh, my goodness.
He lives here.
Would love to have you come up on the show.
Why did you need that detail?
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to tell him?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I told you I'm an idiot. I don't know. Just to be like, I know you live here. How do you say that without having, I don't know.
Just saying, if anyone's
Or-
texted me with, I know where you live,
Or,
like,
I just learned you live in town. You live here.
That's what I meant. He gets it.
Okay. Cool.
I wrote, hey, would love for you to come up on the show when you're in town, or just grab dinner sometime if you need a new friend. Smiley face, laughy emoji.
If you need a new friend.
that's fun. That's
good.
funny.
That's
That's
He's
funny.
here
Yeah.
in town.
And he's got a lot of friends.
Yeah. And I said, maybe not here.
I'm sure everywhere he goes, he has a lot of friends.
Right. I said, hope you're well, Bobby. That was it. That was the whole text.
Okay. Not bad.
So other than the I know where you live part,
Yeah, man, that's so
it
weird.
is a little bit weird.
I know where you live.
Well, it was like, hey, a friend was looking at houses over near where you bought your place, and they were like, Jim Nance lives there. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to write.
For
so
sure,
the-
Jim Nance is reading the text, looking out his window. Is he out there
excuse me.
now?
So, and I'll read you back his, but I won't read all the in great detail. But he says, hey, great to meet you. I'm coming back, whatever, and to Nashville whenever. Would love to join you on the show when I'm back in August, September. It's Super Bowl season for us on CBS. We can talk about the NFL. Come fall. Let's circle back about this. It'll be an honor. Great looking golf swing, by the way. JN.
Cool.
Oh,
That's
his
Like a
initials.
awesome.
That's
He,
pretty cool.
he definitely ignored your friend comment, but
He did ignore the dinner part, didn't he? I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
sorry.
But that can happen organically, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. But I mean, when you see him again, do you bring it up again?
No, no,
Yeah,
no,
when he
no.
comes up on
No.
the show, you ask him, so about that dinner.
About that friends.
How would you rate me 1 to 5 on that text? Why am I always so nervous?
Which
texting
one?
dudes?
What's the one and what's the 5?
5.
Well, what do you
What do you
mean?
think it is?
How do you ever do anything?
Why
Do
would
you-
1 be
mean?
better? We're not ranking them. It's like a
No, like
score.
sorry. I mean, like, are you awkward or did you do a good job? Like 5 awkward or 5 good?
It can be whatever you want. Let's do good. 5 is good. 1 is awkward.
That's not a crazy question.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think so.
Go ahead.
Okay, I go 3 awkward.
Well, no.
3
Okay,
good.
No. Oh my gosh. It's all on one scale.
Okay.
5 is good. 1 is awkward.
Okay. 3.
So better good than awkward.
Yeah, I don't think the only deduction really a little bit is the where you live and how you know that. It's not a necessary detail at this time. And then
I don't know why I wrote that.
Hey, hot. If you need a new friend, like I mean,
You
I
didn't
get
like that? I was
No,
like, hey,
that
we
was
go to
good.
dinner.
Okay, I
It's
get
my
that.
shot in the dark for spending 3 hours with them.
Yeah, that was good. I like
Okay,
that.
I get that it's funny, but it's like okay.
And the emoji says, "I'm just joking."
Did you
But
feel like the emoji's fair and fine then?
I feel like it
Yes.
says I'm joking, but I'm putting the emoji so you know that I'm joking, even though I'm not joking.
Well, because it's hard to tell jokes through text, so the emoji
I was
helps.
hoping he didn't think it was a joke.
Oh.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
That's my
phones.
point. That
know.
the emoji was calculated to be
Yeah, just an insurance policy.
exactly.
It was an insurance emoji.
So I put you right in the middle. Good
So-
job.
But 3's better than 2.5 would be middle.
Well, then you got a half a point extra.
Thank you. And so where would you put us on? We'll probably be friends. If 5 means we're going to be for sure be best friends, and 1 means we won't be friends at all.
Oh, 3.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like this is just a lot
a
of
start,
threes
right?
happening.
Yes.
Good job, dude.
How cool would I be if Jim Nance was my friend?
That'd be awesome.
It'd be the coolest thing ever.
Because
to
that
happen
would
in
mean he's
whole
my
life.
friend too.
That's true, but I may have to, if he doesn't like you, I may have to cut you.
What?
Yeah.
Just like that?
It's Jim Nance, man. It's the voice of the Masters.
I don't like him.
Well, he's gone.
Thank you.
Consider him gone.
Oh my gosh, what does he talk like in real?
He
Like
sounds
that.
like Jim Nance.
He
Just like
talks
that?
like that.
He was like, it's great to see you.
When we saw him at Pebble Beach, Amy, I heard him first, and I said, "I hear that voice." And then we found him.
And then I was like, I know where you live. I don't know why I get so nervous doing that. Let's go over real quick and talk to Ashley in Texas. This is in regards to Amy's, probably an hour and a half ago. She was talking about her and my wife. They went on some errands together, and a guy came up to Amy and my wife, and they thought Amy was my wife's mom. And Amy was like, what? There's a whole situation. Go back and listen to it on the podcast. Ashley, what would you like to say?
So I was calling to sympathize with Amy because my best friend and I look very similar, both redheads, and we get confused for sisters all the time. But every once in a while somebody will ask and say, well, are y'all mom and daughter? And we always crack up laughing and ask them, well, maybe, but which one is which? And we always think it's so funny to put people on the spot and say, you know, who's the mom, who's the daughter?
It sounds
And
like
we're
I would
5
only
years
think that was
apart.
funny if they kept picking me as a daughter, though. I'll be honest. That sounds like a fun game if I'm always the mom.
Like after 10 times
Yeah,
of
like
asking that?
there's more fun games. I could
Wow.
list a bunch of them: Pictionary, Monopoly,
That's
anything other than that game where they keep picking me as the mom. Those,
Yeah, because she just said they're only 5 years apart.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Thank you for the call. We really appreciate that. All right, everybody. Thank you